All right, kids. It's Friday. We're doing Friday things. So, I got the rig set up, the timeline, everything's in there. I've got some Velcro coming today. I'm really loving this Cali 76. And I've got it dialed in where it's got the thing, it's got the compression, but it still has the shimmer. Because that's the thing, you hit those compressors too hard and it gets a little, obviously if you're some slide player and you want like endless sustain and woo, but that's irrelevant. So the thing I was thinking too is like, all right, let me fire up the reloads because I haven't been using those. Let me just kind of acclimate myself to the sounds in here. And because we're tracking guitars and we're going to be finishing that new original, and I plugged it in and I couldn't get any signal. Both of them. I have two of the 2 notes reload 2s. 2 reload 2s. No sound. Showed sound going into them. I could see the meters, amps, everything's working, everything's plugged in, inputs, everything's working, Pro Tools. I'm like, I haven't touched anything. So I look it up. I'm like, you're not getting output. And they're like, this, that. And then they go down. They said, oh, if you have your effects loop, it's got it. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. I've got the effects loop wires coming out of them. So they were just down here. I was not plugged in. So I plugged them in and it sounded. That was it. We had sound. It took a while. Yeah, so I packed up my FM9. I've taken photos of it. I put an ad together. I haven't posted it. Not sure what I'm going to do. I think at this point I'm really done with that kind of stuff for recording. It's really great. I don't know. It's just not fun to me anymore. And honestly, if I'm going direct, I just use the Helix plugin. And it sounds fine for songwriting. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. But I've got all this organized. I've got my pedal board. I got my jive. So I want you guys to hear what I just recorded. So I went here, into the 412, with the Matchless, with just a little bit of EQ and a little bit of Cali 76, and it's dry. And then I also did a reload out that I put onto 2 tracks. I recorded it, and one of them I have the MIKKO 2, and I have all these presets that I had made, and I listened through them, but the default I liked better, so I just deleted them. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna start with the default. I don't know. I got too jiggy with it, and everything just went to hell in a handbasket. And then I also put one up with the Pulse with my little setups that I like. So anyway, here you go. I want you guys to hear it. Tell me what you think. Yeah. Let's see if I can get this down so I can get this up. No, I don't know. It's not going. Maybe it is. Hold on. Let me try something. I thought, what if I was to start a new YouTube? Anyway, it's not going up. Okay, I got a better idea. What if I started a new YouTube and had a different vibe? How Ola got a new, they all get a second one for their other, whatever. But I'm like, man, if I got a second YouTube, it would just be the same. I don't know what I do. We could, do AI 3D, printing of me or something. I don't know. It's hopeless. Anyway, so here we go. So here's the Matchless into the 412 Marshall cab. And keep in mind that's not EQ, that's raw. The IRs always have a little bit of their EQ in there. So here is the Reload 2 with the exact same sound into the MIKKO 2. It's got that cut there, it's cleaned up. So let me just do this really quick. I'm going to come here and I'm going to replicate a little bit of that. Oh, here we go. It's going to end, I promise you. Kind of like that, maybe. I don't know. We're not going to worry about the top. Let's do that. All right, so now here's the amp going through the fab filter. And then here is the MIKKO 2, and we'll bypass this. So now it's just the MIKKO 2. Much cleaner, like less this, not as organic or warm sounding maybe. MIKKO 2 with the reload. And then we'll go back to the amp with a little EQ on it. The reload into the MIKKO is much harder sounding. It's more articulate. It's just more defined, more like this, where the cab feels like a little more like this. So again, the cab. Yeah, it's like I don't know, more relaxed, more maybe warm. Here's the MIKKO 2. That sounds nice, and that's just their default with just the 57, no 121 or anything. And now we will go to same exact track through the Pulse 2, or through the Reload 2, now the Pulse IR setup, which is it's LTTV mix and an own hammer. It's funny, like the direct into the IR is just harder sounding, and now MIKKO 2. And then the Pulse 2. Yeah, the MIKKO 2 gives a little bit more space, a little more air. The Pulse is very like just. And now we'll go to the amp with a little EQ on it. The cab. Now with no EQ. EQ. That's similar to the EQ curve of the MIKKO 2. Yeah, it's kind of a little dip at, what's it, 500? Yeah, kind of similar, right? Yeah, similar curve. There you go. So, yeah, so again, here is the cab. And here is the MIKKO 2. Yeah, a little like multi-band or soothe will take a little of that. And there's a little cat right there. I don't know, 3-4K. I don't know what it is, but. And then here is the Pulse 2. Yeah, the Pulse 2. Like, you could do more of a high shelf, I guess. High mids. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, there's a big thing here. Hold on, let me enlarge this. Frequency. Yeah, I guess it's more like that. I don't know. I'm kind of struggling right now, if you haven't noticed. We'll go like that, and then we'll go. Yeah, we'll cut at 4. Just kind of the same kind of thing. I don't know. Back to pulse. Back to pulse. Ooh, I liked it better before. See, sometimes it's just better off not touching it. Yeah, that's harsh to me. And then MIKKO too. Oh, it's like a pat on the head. Everything's okay, Lugo. You're going DI. You can do it. You can do it, Lugo. In the cab. So different. That's crazy. Cab. Oh, we'll do the little EQ on the cab. And we'll go last one. MIKKO 2. I like that. I like that in the cab. I don't care as much for the Pulse 2. I'm glad I got the MIKKO. It's a little expensive, and it's a system. Like, you can't add your things or anything. But this guy, he knows what he's doing. ML Labs or whatever it's called. Yeah. His videos are like 1, and then 2. I don't know what, he's like German or Australian. He's got like an accent, you know. All right. MIKKO 2. Cab. Yeah, there's the naturalness of this because the room is what it, you're hearing, it's this, a little bit of this, where the, whatever they were in, it sounded like in the MIKKO, they were in some sort of a hyperbolic chamber. Like, it's just like the sound. It's so like this, so it's nice though. What do you guys think? I gotta talk to the band leader of the corporate band I subbed for and be like, hey, listen, I think my subbing days are over. I honestly kind of am. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna put together a little acoustic thing and play around here, covers, originals, whatever. I don't even care. Maybe do a duo, but that's it. Because that I can commit to because it's my own thing, and also it's easy, and I can just book around my schedule. It's not like, hey, can you do February 3rd? Or it's like, oh, shoot, I'm in Orlando. I don't want to be that guy, but I am that guy. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's a nice rig. It's a full FM9 with 2 expression pedals, the 1 and the 2, the big and the small one. And it's the Turbo Mark II Turbo FM9 and the Helix bag. But you're set, man. You can go on the road, you can play church, you can gig, you can do whatever you want. Take it to the studio, and it's loaded with all the good own hammer and all the good IRs. So I'm not trying to sell it. I'm just thinking it through.